910, Big 550 KTRS. Happy Veterans Day today. One of the great character actors in our day. He was in The Sopranos, and he's been all over. He was on with Jay Leno for years. He's Steve Schirripa, and he's out promoting a new pasta sauce. So we've got to talk to him. Steve Schirripa, welcome to the Big 550 KTRS here in St. Louis.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
We're doing great. Let's first talk about Uncle Steve's pasta sauce. Where can I get it, and how good is it?
Let's see. You can get it in Italian Food Mart, J.D. Mills. Go to our website, UncleStevesNY.com, and it shows you all the stores we sell it. And what it is it's my mother's sauce, and we made it better. There's 3 different kinds: tomato, basil, marinara, and arrabbiata. The sauce is rolling out across the country. We're in about 1,000 stores, and it's really, really good. It's organic, non-GMO. It's kosher. We covered all the bases. It's organic, and it's really good. It was my mother's recipe. We made it healthier, and that's it. So it's UncleStevesNY.com. You can even buy it over the web. But we were in some stores. You just got to look the one closest to you.
All right, now hold on a second here. You said it's your mother's recipe, but you made it better?
Correct.
I hope to goodness you didn't tell her that.
We made it healthier. When I say better, we mean healthier.
Okay, good.
So my wife eats organic, gluten-free, and that's what it is. And a lot of people say Italians eat sauce out of a jar. This is like nothing anyone's ever tasted out of a jar. I promise you. If people taste it, they buy it. So it's been good. It's been a lot of fun doing it, and that's the story.
So I like to make a little pasta. Get like a nice jar of this pasta. Brown up some salsiccia or something, and then put it in some spaghetti. Is that acceptable?
Absolutely.
All right. Good.
Why wouldn't it not be? It sounds good to me. You just made me hungry.
Well, because I don't come from a long line of Italian cooks. That's
right. That's my point, which is why you need a sauce like this, because I do. So it's that good. Even Italians, look, we're in Brooklyn. I live in New York, and they're tough because everybody there's Italians in Brooklyn and Staten Island and Queens, and the sauce flies off the shelves. It's the best sauce, healthiest sauce to come out in years. There's a lot of choices, but this is the one that I think you'll enjoy. Uncle
Steve's pasta sauce. I have to admit to you, Steve Schirripa, I was on a flight with you a couple years ago from Chicago to New York, and we were waiting together in LaGuardia Airport for our bags, and I didn't come and bother you, but you couldn't have been any nicer to every single person coming up and taking pictures with you. Must be kind of nice to sort of be semi-famous like that.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I would want to be too famous. I would like the money of being too famous. But as far as, look, I was very lucky to get on the show. I'm very happy. People 99.9% of the time are very nice. So I'm very accommodating. They want pictures or an autograph or whatever. Once in a while you get someone who's not very nice. But, if they're coming over to say, hey, I like your work and I saw you, why not? Why would I be mean to them?
Yeah.
So I don't understand those guys.
Yeah.
But I've seen that happen a lot,
I don't. Why would anybody be mean to somebody they've seen on TV or a movie?
Yeah, I don't get it. But I saw it early on, I did a movie, and there was an actor, and a guy very nicely, who was an extra in the movie, just went up to him and said, hey, I'm such a big fan of yours, is it possible to get a picture? And he said, no, it's not possible. Yeah. I saw the whole thing happen. And I said, wow, well, that's not necessary,
Yeah.
Sure, I'm happy to do it.
Steve Schirripa, our guest for a couple more minutes, out promoting his new pasta sauce, Uncle Steve's pasta sauce. Now, let's talk Sopranos for a second, because there was a rumor that Dave Chase floated that he might do a prequel. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, I read it also. Look, I don't know. I don't think so. But if it's a prequel, I don't think you're going to see any of the actors. I don't think you could see any of the actors that were on the show.
Right.
If it's a prequel, okay, no one's dead. I understand that. But how do you make someone look Paulie Walnuts? We're going to make him look 40 years old? How are we going to do that? We'll have to dye his wings.
When you read this, did you know how it was going to end?
Yes.
Or you did? You did know.
I read it, but when I saw it, it was two different things, it said fade to black on the script, but when I actually saw it, we watched it together. That was the only time. 9 of us watched it in Florida together.
Yeah.
We were at an event, and so half of us loved it. The other half said, "What happened? What just happened?" And it took a little while, and I think it's a great episode. I don't know how else you could have possibly ended it, and I thought it was great.
Yeah, it's probably the reaction America had. Half loved it, half are still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, well, I think what you see is what you get. I don't think anything happened, and I think a lot of people were, and I got caught up in it myself. I was watching TV, and all these critics and people were had these conspiracy theories, and there was 2 endings and 3 endings, and that was just a flat-out lie. There was some extras saying they shot 2 endings, 3 endings, 4 endings, and I got caught up in that. And what you see is what you get. I believe Tony Soprano is alive and well, and he's living in New Jersey.
Who killed Bobby Baclieri?
Well, it was the I forget the names, but it was Frank Vincent's gang there, and that was when they were the New York mobsters.
The New York family.
In retaliation,
Yeah, it was.
I got caught up in the crossfire.
It was. I mean, I don't have to tell you this. It was clearly one of the great television series of all time, and it was so great not because of the violence and not because of the mob, but because it had heart and it had passion and it had family. It was all of that.
Absolutely, you're one of the few people that have ever said that, because to some people it's all about the mob and the killing and the thing. And the show was so much more deep, and it was a very smart show and a funny show and a tragic show, and it hit upon all those things. You're 1,000% right, which is what I think people liked.
Yeah.
You saw a different part of the mob,
Yeah, and it was, that's what sort of said it. It was just, extraordinary. I actually went back and watched it again. I would come home, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, HBO, I was running it, and so I was home and I taped it, and I watched the whole thing from start to finish. It took me, 6 months or whatever it was. But it's funny, it's poignant, it's sad, it is disturbing. You probably pretty lucky you got a part of that, I bet.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone who was a part of it was lucky.
Yeah.
Those things don't come around too often.
Yeah. What are you doing now, Steve Schirripa, besides Uncle Steve's pasta sauce?
I'm the pilot for the Food Network. I have a show on Discovery called Karma's a Bitch. I just did a movie called Chasing Yesterday. I did an episode of Sirens, which we shot in Chicago. I was there for about 9 days. It's Dennis Leary's show on USA, and that was a lot of fun.
Right.
So we're staying busy, and I'm out selling sauce. So they could go to UncleStevesNY.com to his store closest to you. And we'll see what else happens, but everything's all good.
UncleStevesNY.com?
Yes, UncleStevesNY.com. Like I said, we're in the Italian Food Mart, J.D. Mills, in Springfield, Illinois, and Evanston. And
now, do you ever come to St. Louis?
I have a very close friend, Lexi Jablonski, who lives there, but I was there years ago with HBO. I was there once.
Yeah.
And we had lunch up on the hill there, and I like St. Louis.
All right, good. Well, we'll tell Lexi Jablonski.
Lexi Jablonski. How's that for a non-Italian name?
I thought he was Irish.
There you go.
Steve Schirripa, the sauce is UncleStevesNY.com. I'm going to go buy a case right now. Steve, thanks for checking in.
Thank you, buddy.
You got it. 9:20 here on the Big 550 KT.